You're getting 100% me. You're getting all the experience, you're getting all the passion, and I'm dedicated at what I do, and I want to help your child be the best version of themselves.
That's right. That's number one goal. Alex, I want to ask you a question today. How did you get in the mix of early intervention? How did you get in the mix of working with children at such a young age? How did it come above, or how did it come announced to you?
So when I was about 13, 14 years old, I knew I wanted to be a home visitor. We have a relative who was receiving in-home services, and I was able to go spend some time at this relative's home. And I saw this person walk in, they were playing Potato Head, they were playing computer games, they were going on nature walks, they were playing with bubbles, Play-Doh. I was like, dude, this is your job? He's like, yeah, this is my job. I was like, what do I have to do that? He says, oh, well, I got a degree in psychology. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna get a degree in psychology. Not really knowing a whole lot about psychology. I mean, at this time, 13, 14, I was still more so into like playing video games or just keep myself entertained.
At the time, I was throwing dirt clogged.
So I instantly knew then that that's what I wanted to do. So when I was about 14, I knew. By 15, 16, I started getting experience in high school for an elective. I would go and help out in the kindergarten class. Once I graduated, I started working for an after-school program.
Wait, actually, weren't you doing youth center work before? Yeah. Let's not. Well, don't jump the gun. Let the whole audience know the story, man.
Where we grew up in the middle of nowhere in Salton City, and we had a youth center where pretty much kids can go get bused to, and it was daycare after school.
So you know, $20 of that snack bar, you're set for like a year.
Maybe 2 years.
I would know.
So I worked at the youth center. Once I graduated high school, I went off to college and I started working at an after-school program. I also worked for a preschool and was just getting experience while I was finishing off my education. And when I started home visiting, I made it. I wasn't trying to become a professional baseball player. I wanted to become a professional home visitor. I set out a goal and I accomplished it, and I haven't looked back. It was 10 years in May of 2020 that I've been a home visitor, and I've loved every second of it. I've never gotten tired of it because there's always something new. There's always something different. There's always a new behavior to address, and it may be similar to other behaviors in the past. Addressing it is going to be different because it's a new person with that behavior.
How I can relate, I think the position has so much social interaction between humans that where I feel like that's needed, and only certain people can really deliver that the correct way. You have to really buy into it. 10 years of all that social interaction to different people and different families, different cultures, different everyone has different ethics on things. Like, you're learning from different families. You're learning so much about other people and other cultures. I think for myself, I take away from it because it is something nice. It's different. It's not an office setting where you're gonna spend 10 years doing the same thing over and over. Realistically, we've been all over Southern California helping families, and each family in each case is unique and different. What doesn't change is the experiences we've had with other families and similar cases where similar behavior, similar delays, and that's where our knowledge and experience comes in as experts to apply intervention.
And one thing that I love about being a home visitor is that I'm gonna experience something new every single day. I may walk into a $1 million home on Monday, and on Tuesday I may walk into a studio where there's 3 or 4 people living, and then me going in. And the thing is that the person that walked into that $1 million home is the same person who's walking into your studio. There is no differences. I see a child in need, whether or not their family is rich or whether or not they're in the poverty line. You're getting 100% me. You're getting all the experience, you're getting all the passion, and I'm dedicated at what I do, and I want to help your child be the best version of themselves.
That's right. That's number one goal.
That's the number one goal.
A good specialist will exactly apply what Alex just said. Doesn't matter which household we are going into, you're getting the same authentic person in the position to give you these skills. And it's not for everyone. We've seen plenty of people come and go in this field We've seen plenty of people, try it for a year or so, and it's just not for them.
It's not for them.
Going into the field, and we rely on each other, talking feedback sometimes. We still have the fire burning to help. And, in this case, 3 months ago, coronavirus hit us hard. And we asked ourselves, what could we do to help families? And boom, YouTube and Facebook is something we're utilizing right now to help us continue the passion and spread the word about early intervention, but giving you insight on us and how we feel, just to know us a little bit more. And you can connect. And you know what? You might know a nephew, you might know a cousin, you might know a brother, you might know a sister, you might know someone, a best friend that has similar passions or can contribute to early intervention, sort of similar stories like us. And that might be the field they grow into. I think for ourselves, we saw it at an early age of what intervention can do. And to, we, like Alex said, we have a relative that was in these type of programs. So we saw right away the progression and the support needed for our family member.
The impact that it has when it's done by someone who loves doing it, I mean, that speaks volumes. If I can walk into a home, or if a home visitor can walk into a home, and by the time they leave that home, that child, they've progressed, they've developed new skills, that gives us all the ammunition walking into the next home.
Big time. And then we run into them sometimes. Alex has been in the field for 10 years. That would mean, he would see someone that's, potentially 13 or 14 that, that he's had, years ago. I know for myself, when I see, past clients that are a lot older, I was just like, I go crazy because of the successes they tell me that their child has had now because of early intervention, or we run into them in the field elsewhere, or maybe relatives of them, and they talk stories about us. Like, for us, that gives us the passion just keeps growing.
Yeah.
Our heart grows a little bit more that day. And that's something, for ourselves, especially, there's only a limit of us males in the field. It speaks volumes because for us, we already have sort of a bias on us because we're not female, which is I've never taken into consideration because I believe in my quality skills, and if I can believe in my quality skills, everyone else can.
Yep, that's right. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.